What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about Ripple. We're going to talk about the SEC versus Ripple. And honestly, we have a lot of information to really go through. And I know that we're always looking for answers, right? The biggest answer is just when is this going to end? Because we have 3+ years that we've gone through this, and I keep saying that it might even be on the 4 years at this point. But it's a long time that we've been going through this, and that's what the government tends to do. That's what people with money tend to do, is they just go over and over and over again, where they have continuance after continuance after continuance, appeal after appeal after appeal, in order to fight as much as they possibly can to get what they want, right? They've done it, and you see big money and smart money that does it, right, with hedge funds, and they just continue to fight it. And with time, people end up running out of money. Businesses end up running out of money. And they thought that, Ripple would end up running out of money. But honestly, not with the amount of coins that they have in reserve. They won't ever run out of money, and they can fight this for as long as they physically feel they need to. Um, and I know that's not a good way of looking at it, to see dilution to fight it, but any way that we can help, any way that they can help to get clarity into crypto, that's what matters, right? So we have a little bit of clarity on some things, and we're going to go through the SEC versus Ripple, the news that we have, appeal news, settlement news, the expected fine news, all of that stuff, as well as going through a little bit of an update of where XRP is. Now, before we get into this, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon. Those links are in the description. Now, don't forget about my link for Margex down below. If you want to sign up for Margex, feel free to use my referral link. Also, if you want to start utilizing Margex, my referral link is right there. You can trade 50x leverage, 5 to 10x leverage, all that stuff that's there. But let's first start by going into where XRP is currently. XRP stands at about 55 cents. It's at 54.7 cents, and we're seeing about $30.2 billion. Volume is sitting around $1.7 billion, or 51% of an increase over the last day, for volume at least. And we see circulating supply at 55.1 billion, or almost 55.13, right? You see the percentages at 55.13%, over looking at the 100 billion in total supply in comparison. If we look at how things have risen over the last day, we see how it did go up to about 57 cents before decreasing down, and you saw it start to slowly decrease down to about 54, and we're seeing it at 55 right now. If you didn't see my last video, I just talked about how I had 77,000 XRP. My goal is to get to 100,000, but it has, increased quite a bit. Obviously, it came back down, so that's good to see that. But I also just want to see it explode anyways. But if we get into the news for Ripple versus SEC. Now, this comes from CoinGape. If you guys want to check out this article, feel free to go and look at it yourself. I'll provide the link down below for you guys to check it out. But there, you can just type in crypto news or XRP news in Google, and you'll find a lot of different articles really about it. But Ripple flies its or files its opposition brief against the remedies related brief by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. The response by Ripple Labs defense team to the SEC's request for final judgment and $2 billion in penalties is a make or break moment for the lawsuit and XRP Price. Meanwhile, lawyers unveil what's next in the long-running lawsuit, including appeal, fine, settlement possibilities. Pro XRP lawyers unveil what's next in Ripple versus SEC. Ripple files its opposition briefing along with supporting declarations and exhibits in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit today, April 22nd. There are high stakes in this opposition brief, as it will be pivotal for the potential end of the lawsuit and will guide XRP's price action this year. In response to questions on a settlement between the parties, pro XRP lawyer Bill Morgan says, confident that there will be no settlement on the SEC's terms. in the lawsuit. Morgan believes that there's no sense that a company that largely successful defended a lawsuit should cut a check for $2 billion to the SEC. On the other hand, some think a settlement could have further legal actions. I honestly don't think that. I really don't think that there should be a settlement of $2 billion if they're not going to budge. On that, I believe in the beginning it was like 700 million or something, and then seeing how this has increased to about 2 billion now, or a little over, is insane. The SEC enforcement expert Fagel said the $2 billion in penalties is not a settlement process. The judge needs to issue an order deciding the reasonable remedies, if any. He claims the SEC is likely to follow with an appeal. The part of summary judgment it lost against Ripple. In response, Bill Morgan said part of the part on programmatic sales, it did not satisfy the burden of proof on the other distribution categories or category. I don't think that it can be appealed. However, Morgan admitted Ripple will pay some fines as the court considered XRP institutional sales as unregistered security offerings. Mark Fagel reveals the SEC can appeal the court and appeals once in can appeal to the Court of Appeals once a final judgment by Judge Annalisa Torres is entered later this year. U.S. SEC seeks a final judgment against Ripple to pay $876 million in disgorgement, $198 million in pre-judgment interest, and $876 million in civil penalty. However, Ripple thinks a civil penalty is not exceeding $10 million inaccurate. Influence of Coinbase appeal versus the SEC. So I guess I'll leave that alone. If you guys want to go and check out some more information on that, you definitely can, of how you can see that piece of it. But I just wanted to kind of focus on maybe if there would be some sort of a settlement. But obviously, there's a lot of people that believe there's not going to be a settlement. I've seen so many videos and conversations and tweets and things about SEC versus Ripple and how there will be a settlement in the coming days and all of that. And I didn't believe that there will be a settlement, right? I don't see any settlement coming forward because of all of the things that have happened. I even read an article that talked about how there was no settlement. There's not going to be a settlement, so this hype needs to kind of die down. And we're still seeing talks about what potentially could be for a settlement. And it seems as though the SEC is just not going to budge on that $2 billion. So whatever the ruling ends up being, I really don't know how much they would end up paying. From what I understand, they're going to end up paying something because the sales to institutions was labeled as a sale of securities, right? So and that the way that was labeled, that's where you're going to see kind of that number come on. But you're not going to see that when it comes to just XRP as a whole. XRP is not a security. We know that it's not a security. It's just the method in which it was released or sold was probably something that's maybe different, and that's only to the institutional side, right? So if that makes sense to some people, but honestly, it's up in the air on where this will be ruled. I believe it will be in favor of Ripple, in favor of XRP. It's just maybe some of the money that goes outward or gets paid out is not really favorable, and there needs to be a change in exactly what that sale of XRP is, right? Does that make sense? So anyways, where XRP stands, we're still in the middle of things. We're still in the thick of things. It's not at the end. We were hoping that it's at the end, but honestly, it's to that question. It's like, when is this ever going to be over? And I honestly don't know. I really think that we will be in this conversation until we fully get this legal clarity, and XRP will be the one to give us that legal clarity. So let me know what you think about this, guys. Let me know if you're holding any XRP, if you believe in XRP. Guys, if you could, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, or check out my MargeX link down below, feel free to do that. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.